good chance I'm gonna come back on defending Elvis later tonight, maybe. I don't know. I was gonna walk up here, but it's too windy. I'll just do a little bit. Let's let the dog off. Hang on a minute. She wants me to let her off. She's not really in a running mood. So it's Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. Not everyone knows that we run 3 channels. So the Defending Elvis channel has become very, very much Defending Elvis. Yeah, we do Elvis related topics other than defending, but cool. Hi Regina. I decided to come back on the Keto channel. There was a reason. Now Elvis Presley Fan on Keto is an Elvis channel. We have Elvis topics on it, light-hearted kind of stuff, not just defending stuff, light-hearted stuff. We do tend to do it on this channel. When I've got more time in the winter, I'll use this channel more often. You know, like people like Anne Margaret, things like that, yeah? Stuff that are fun, yeah? The Long Lost Footage channel sort of happened by accident. I tend to use that for drives and for dog walks as well. But this one, we do specifically talk about the diet. Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. Obviously, you guys know that I'm carnivore stroke keto. I do a bit of both. Carnivore diet, keto diet, a mixture of the two. Ketovore. Some people call it ketovore. Cool, my hair. We're having KFC tonight. We were going to do a roast dinner, but then my wife's hungover, very hungover. She got way too drunk last night. She was dancing for 10 hours. She went out at 2 o'clock and came home at about 2:30, I think it was. My son, my 17-year-old son, went out and picked her up from the disco. She was very happy, very funny, very drunk. She loves 90s dance music. She had the time of her life. She was laughing her head off when she got home. Woke me up, which means I didn't get much sleep. Yeah, we're having a bit of KFC. KFC, for now, it's a compromise on my carnivore diet. At least it's loads of chicken. I may have a few chips, you know how it is. Oh my God, where's Ella? Ella, are you happy? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Right, so I wanted to speak quickly about Emma, just purely. Emma from A Girl Who Loves Elvis, has had, you know, stomach pains, problem with sleeping, things like that. You know, remember why I started the keto diet? I had ulcerative colitis, a very horrible, oh, the sun's come out, a horrible stomach problem where you need steroids, where you can't really leave the house. Pretty bad. I had it for 12 years, but I did leave the house. I used to just stay home till about 11:30 a.m. and then I could leave the house, but it was awkward, yeah? So to cut a long story short, I wanted to lose some weight, and that's how I discovered the carnivore diet, the keto diet. You can lose 7 pounds a week, 7 pounds a week in weight on the carnivore diet, the keto diet, if you only eat twice a day. If you mainly eat meat, eggs and fish, fatty meat. And it worked for me. I lost my weight very quickly. I lost my tummy, yeah. My face got a bit thinner. It made my skin get a bit smoother as well. But anyway, what I didn't know was gonna happen when I did the keto diet, I didn't know that it was going to cure my ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis, which is hard to say, is an autoimmune problem. It's caused by inflammation. Now, I was told by my doctor that I could have been born with ulcerative colitis. There was something wrong with me. The doctor never said to me what you're eating is causing. Never, not once. I remember that day. I'll talk about it with you now, but I'll just quickly say something about Emma. Emma had bad stomach problems, not very good sleep, probably a bit of anxiety, because this diet also helps anxiety and overthinking, bad night's sleep. It definitely helps with pain because inflammation reduces, yeah? When you eat fatty meat and eggs, your inflammation, you must have the fat. Remember, the fat equals energy. The saturated fat in meat is good for you. Butter is good for you, okay? Salt is good for you. Now, cholesterol that you eat is not bad for you. I know that as soon as I say that, it puts everyone off. Trust me, cholesterol that you eat is not bad for you. Your body needs cholesterol. Every cell in your body uses cholesterol. Your brain needs cholesterol. Your body even makes its own cholesterol. So this thing where we're all told that cholesterol is harmful is bullshit. Now, you can have damaged cholesterol in your body. That's different. Sorry, is it called LDL, HDL, whatever it's called? Good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, call it what you want. Yeah, in your body you can have that. If you've lived a bad lifestyle for 30, 40 years, you can have bad cholesterol, you can. But the cholesterol you eat is actually good for you. Actually good for you. It actually fixes you. Anyway, my point is, Emma has been on the diet, I think 4 or 5 days, and she messaged today, Emma from A Girl Who Loves Elvis YouTube channel, and she messaged today saying she had the first good night's sleep in a decade. She also says she woke up with a flat stomach, so no bloating and no pain. And it's the first time she hasn't had pain in her stomach for a long time. So this diet works, guys. The carnivore diet, the keto diet, does work. Please know that. I wouldn't recommend this diet, this magic miracle cure diet. This diet cures. It fixes your body. It boosts your immune system. It resets your body back to default. It lets your body repair itself. It really is a miracle diet. Seriously, guys, it really is a miracle diet. Now, I wouldn't recommend that diet to anybody if I didn't know that it works. If I hadn't had loads of success. I've been running a keto channel, you know, on this channel here that we're talking on now, for quite a while now, well over 2 years. I have helped a lot of people. We're talking, I would say, hundreds. I have had a lot of success. A lot of people have lost weight. Can you hear me okay, Carolyn? Carolyn just jumped in there. 50 pounds. Jimmy messaged me. Jimmy, one of us who started the diet after listening to me on this channel, and he has lost 50 pounds. He has never felt better. Because you don't just lose weight, you get healthy, you feel younger, you rejuvenate. Your energy levels shoot back up. You run down the stairs. This is what Emma said. She woke up and she ran down the stairs, and she hasn't done that for a long time. Carolyn, Emma was saying that the diet is working. Martha, the recommended food guidelines are wrong. The recommended food guidelines are wrong. For the last 70 years, we have been lied to, and I can prove it. Now, please look up Dr. Ken Berry. He has a YouTube channel with 3.5 million followers. He has saved tens of thousands of lives. The things that we are told are good for us are bad for us. The things that we are told are bad for us are good for us. Meat and eggs and fish is good for you. Cholesterol is good for you. The fat in your meat is good for you. Never cut the fat off your meat. It's good for you. Oh, Martha, I'm glad you believe me, but I don't think it, I know it. Remember, I am myself, I am an experiment that worked. I had high blood pressure. I had high blood sugar. I had serious dizzy spells. I had ulcerative colitis. I had no energy. My sleep was terrible. I had bad insomnia. I had anxiety where I was overthinking everything. It's all gone. All of it gone. But the worst thing I had was the ulcerative colitis. Look it up. It is an autoimmune illness caused by inflammation. My doctor was wrong. My doctor thought that I was born with it. I'd inherited it. He never once said to me it was caused by what you was eating. Now, when they do tests on you for ulcerative colitis, it is horrible. They stick a long rod inside you from behind. This rod is about 3 foot long, and they go all the way in. Sorry for the too much information. And it's effing painful. Now, after I had my check, because I went to my doctor and I said to him, I don't understand what's happening to me. I was in my late 30s, yeah? He was like, oh, well, I think you've got some kind of autoimmune problem with your colon. Let's have a look. Now, I didn't know what he was going to do. So I led there in the hospital. I led down. We know what happens with this 3 foot rod. I was so upset. I was nearly in tears. I just took pain, the excruciating pain. He did it. He had his little camera so he could look for different things. He took it out. Sorry for too much information, guys. And then he goes to me, oh, I think you've got ulcerative colitis. I'm going to have to do another check. So then he did it all again. He did it twice. It was literally worse than having a baby. And that's bad, isn't it? Having a baby is pretty bad, yeah? Pretty painful. So at the end of it, bearing in mind I was in my late 30s. So at the end of it, he tells me, look, you've got ulcerative colitis. We're going to have to put you on steroids, anti-inflammatory, this and that. You're going to need enemas. And he also said to me, there's a possibility we're going to have to remove part of your colon. He also said to me, you're going to have this debilitating illness, I can't even say that word, for the rest of your for the rest of your life. I was gutted. Remember, my energy levels had dropped. I couldn't walk and sprint like I used to. The spark in my energy had gone. I was a different person. My face is all fat. My tummy's all big and bloated. I look pregnant. He's just told me that I'm going to have this illness for the rest of my life. And I'm like, how has this happened? I'm not even 40. I remember being gutted, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have this till I die. Even the possibility of a colostomy bag, he even said that to me. You may even have to have a colostomy bag. Anyway, jumping forward, he gave me some prednisolone. Prednisolone. Some people call it Predphone. I've still kept a box of it as a souvenir to remind me just how unwell I was. Now, I got on okay with the Predphone. Every time I had a flare-up, I would have to, do the deed to reduce the flare-up. But it didn't really work. So what would happen is my tummy would all swell up and I would get ill. So I would have to sit on the toilet all day. I would use some of the Predfoam, this steroid that is very bad for you, by the way, and it would just get me through for a few days. But then I found that the inflammation would get worse. It was horrible. It was embarrassing. I couldn't leave the house. I was embarrassed in front of my wife. And I basically went like this for over 10 years. Just bearing with it, getting slowly sicker and sicker, expecting one day to have part of my colon removed. Every now and then I would rely on these steroids that didn't really work, that made me feel sick. So then I get to this point in my 40s, I can't remember how old I was now. No, I think it was my late 40s. Yeah, it was, yeah. No, it was my late 40s. No, keep thinking. No, I was in my 50s. I'd had it for over 10 years, 12 years I think I had it. Could have been a bit longer. Anyway, because I've only been on this diet now for about 2.5 to 3 years. So 3 years ago, I still had it. I'm getting my times mixed up. So I had this discussion with my twin brother. He'd noticed that I wasn't looking well. My stomach was like a balloon, like a bowling ball was inside my tummy. He was telling me that I just didn't look well. He was worried that I was going to have a heart attack. So I said to him, okay, I'm going to try and lose some weight. So I discovered the carnivore diet. He'd also discussed with me about fasting. So I always thought fasting was a weird thing for religious people. I'm a Christian man, but I'm not a religious person that fasts. I didn't know fasting was good for you. I actually thought fasting was bad for you. And in fact, I think most people do, because people think of fasting that you're starving yourself. Now, when you do a bit of research and look up the right doctors, like Dr. Ken Berry, you learn that fasting is very, very, very good for you. It defaults your body, it resets your body. It gives your body a break. Hi, Elizabeth. So, I decide I'm going to do the carnivore diet. I find Dr. Ken Berry. I watch his question and answer live streams on YouTube. And I become obsessed with it. I learn everything. I really did do a crash course on the carnivore diet, on the keto diet. Dr. Ken Berry's live stream questions and answers on the live streams were amazing, because I learned a lot really fast. Yeah? Hi Vernon, hope you're well. We're talking about how I fixed my health, how I got better. Okay? So then what happened was,